Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your love reading. I'm Jade with yesYesYes, and I'm here to do a love reading for you for February 2019. First, let me just welcome you if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll do these love readings once a month, so we're going to use 3 different decks. It's a really special reading. And for those who've been here, who's subscribing already, thank you so much for all of your likes and your shares and your subscribes. It means so much to me. I'm really enjoying doing this, working with you. And for all of your comments, I really appreciate that. Love the feedback. So if you are resonating with this, I'd love to hear from you. And if you could just press that like button, it helps me out so much. It's such a little thing just to click it, so I'd really appreciate it. Let me tell you what we're going to do today. We're going to start with the oh my gosh, the Romance Angels deck, and we'll get the overall view with the Romance Angels, and then I'm going to use the Mystical Lenormand deck, which that'll give me the idea between the masculine and feminine and the road between, okay, how to talk about the connection between the two. And then we'll end this with the Line Strider deck. We'll get a little bit more of the flavor of the reading and what's going on between you all. So yeah, let's get started. Everything has been pre-shuffled, and then also I just wanted to say that if you are interested in the decks, all that information is in the box below, as well as if you're interested in a private reading, my website information is also in the box below. So let's get started for Taurus for February 2019. What is the love energy? Oh, heart-to-heart conversations, Taurus. Have we been holding on to something and knowing that we need to have a heart-to-heart with someone? It says honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So there could be a need to discuss what's going on in a current situation, or if you are in separation, and you haven't, there's been no talking, it might be time to open up the lines of communication to talk about what's been going on, or to talk about why, there's been separation. And even just providing healing for that separation doesn't mean you have to get back together again. It just means, having that conversation, being open about your feelings is so healing for you as well as for others, okay? But let's talk about a love connection that you are already having, what's going on, or anything that's new that's coming. You might have a new heart-to-heart conversation coming up for Taurus for February 2019. Where does this all begin? Let's find out here. There's our beginning. All right, so I'm looking for the feminine and the masculine card. We're just going to move on through until we find one or the other. And that will tell us the journey between the two or the connection between the two. Okay, there's the masculine. All right, Taurus, it looks like the masculine's moving forward towards the feminine. Okay. So we have the stars, the child, and the ring, the clover, the anchor, the fish, and the key, the scythe, and then there's your feminine. All right. So let's look at, I'm going to replace adjust is what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjust. All right, so then this tells me what's in between and what's going on. Perfect. Okay. So the masculine, the way that we, read in English is that we read left to right. So that's why I was saying that the masculine's moving towards the feminine. What I'm seeing here is that the masculine's been kind of in his head dreaming a little bit. Maybe just, taking some time to visualize the way in which he wants his life to be. And this could be a new connection that he's wanting. So if you are in relationship and you are the masculine, you might be wanting to either make a change, make a new connection with your person, or this might be if you are a person who is not connected to anyone, you might be looking at how do we make a new connection? How do we make a new commitment? The other thing is that this child and the ring together can literally be talking about family. So if you are a masculine and you are in a relationship where you have a family, when there's children involved, you've been thinking about this, okay? You've been thinking about this. And maybe it's about legacy and wanting to create this as well, okay? So I feel like you've been kind of in your head about it. The other thing about the stars being here is that it informs about the type of person you are. So you might be somebody that others know, you might be notable or famous. A lot of people know who you are, and they know that you are connected to children. You've made a commitment. Maybe you're a teacher, okay? Maybe you have made this commitment in your family. You might be a family person, okay? Just a notable family person, or a person who's made a commitment to children, or wanting to make a new commitment to something, okay? So we've got a couple different options there. Now here, what's connecting you to your feminine is there's some stability here, and it's also it's lucky stability, okay? And so what that means, the clover is a card of luck, right? So it means that no matter what, this stability works out in the end. So if masculine, you're up in your head kind of wondering, like, is this going to work out? Is there stability? Is it maybe you had some issues in the past, and you've been in separation and you're wondering if it's going to be stable, and the answer here is that it is. There's luck that's overarching this relationship. It's connecting this relationship. Now, if it's that you are wondering if you're going to bring in someone new, it's saying that that new person is going to be stable. And if you're in current relationship, and again, if you are, talking about your current relationship and kind of wondering if it's all going to work out, it's saying that it will. All right, masculine? So this is really great news. Now for the feminine, here are the cards that really have to do with what's going on with you. There's some abundance here. There's and what I'll say is that you are having, again, your issues mentally too. The scythe is like a cutting card. It's a card where it means action, and it means quickened action, or it means cutting through. So what might be happening is that the feminine might be second guessing herself. She might not have been feeling at her power, in her most power, but have been feeling that there was a lot of thoughts coming up that have taken her out of her power. So feminine Tauruses, you might have just been feeling less than yourself, less, a little bit more insecure than normal, okay? There might have been a lot of thoughts of insecurity. Now the other thing is that the fish really have to do with financial abundance. So you might have had an issue with financial abundance that's come up, and that's been where your head has been, okay? Now, what's interesting is that the ring is here, so that's good. There's a connection card between the two of you, but there's I'm not seeing much of the emotional connection right now. You both are just kind of solving or dealing with your own thing, but just know that what is connecting you here in the middle is a stability. So when you both of you feel like you have come to grips with what's going on in your mind, then just know that the stability here is underlying. It's always here, okay? So that's what I'm really feeling from this, is that, and this could be what you need to talk about, is that you've been going through your own stuff. You've been really working through it. And now it's time to talk about this stability that's been underlying, this luck, this connection that's here. I also like that the clover is the second card. It's number 2, so it's bringing these two people together. Okay, so there's a lot of beauty here, even though the feminine might have been feeling insecure, dealing with money issues. But the key is here. There's something to be unlocked by all of that feminine. And the masculine's kind of been dreaming, and maybe dreaming of this family situation, or dreaming of this deep connection with someone. And the truth is that it's here. It's always been there, okay? So if you are in current relationship, you may have been feeling not so secure with it. Know that it's anchored, it's secure, once you have this heart-to-heart conversation. If you're in separation and you're working yourselves out, know that you have a secure connection to each other. If you want to come back together, or if you just want to have this conversation together, it doesn't mean anything has to come or move forward from that point. Now, if you're single, there's nobody, you don't even know what this is all about. Just know that you are always connected to your other person. Like, that's the whole point about the twin flame journey or the soulmates or that type of thing, is that, there's always this connection. So when you work on your individual stuff, once that gets resolved, this underlying connection will come forward and you'll be able to have a very open and vulnerable conversation with someone else in a heart-to-heart conversation. All right, so that is the way I'm seeing it. And it looks like if there is going to be any kind of healing between the two, when it's being brought back together, the masculine has to move towards his feminine. All right, so let's do Line Strider, see what's going on here. Any other flavors for Taurus for February 2019? Let's see where it begins. Here we go. We have the Magician manifesting. Okay, so we want to manifest this love. I'm going to say that this is the masculine side and this is the feminine side. Trying to make this and maybe it's still also solving the issues that you were feeling before, so masculine up in his head trying to figure out what contracts he has already, if it's familial contracts or security, what legacy he's leaving behind, really trying to manifest life the way in which you see it. So Taurus, if you're the masculine, it's more family oriented or legacy oriented. Feminines, it's right now, it's working on your money. Okay, so really trying to manifest that, but at the same time we want to have this connection with another person. So masculines, you see that there's a future here, but you're just not sure how to get there. Okay, you're not sure, and this is, again, let's just suppose that we're having this heart to heart. This is the energy of bringing the two together. So masculines, you see that there's a future, it's coming in, but you're just not sure how it's going to come. Okay, you're not able to bring it in yourself. Okay, sometimes you can't do the work. Something divine has to step in. Feminines, there is a clarity of that needs to be said. Some honesty needs to come out. The Queen is being in your most truthful and empowered self. And I feel like that was the work that you're really doing. You're trying to get to this place where you feel more empowered. And that's, again, this heart to heart, being truthful. I feel like in the past you didn't say what you needed to say. So if you're the feminine Taurus, in the past you weren't able to say your truth, and if you are the masculine, your feminine needs to speak her truth to you, and that might be what will reveal how things are going to work themselves out. Okay, we have Judgment and Queen of Wands. Now this energy is on the table even though it's in reverse. Okay, and what that means is that masculines, you are being challenged to step forward. This, if you're wanting to manifest legacy, if you're wanting to manifest a place in the world for yourself, making a family or whatnot, you're going to have to step forward in that. You're going to have to make the choices to do so, make the movements to do so, and that, it has to do with a partnership. Judgment is also this reconciliation. So if we are talking about two people coming together, having this heart to heart, who have been in separation, even though you're not ready, you're going to have to do it. The truth does need to come forward. A statement does need to be, there's healing that needs to be done here. Judgment card is also about healing too. But you're being called to be your highest self. And I think right now you're still licking your wounds. You're still in your head. But the call is here. The trumpets are sounding. You're being called to step forward towards your destiny, what you're trying to manifest. Feminine, there's a need for action that you're just not taking yourself, okay? So you need to not only speak your truth, but you also need to act from that truthful place, okay? The Queen is a beautiful balance of creativity, like, even starting a new creative project with this person might be what's coming forward. We have more cards that are here in the reverse. Chariot, this is a Cancer card. Wheel of Fortune, also in the reverse. So this is the need to move, but we're stagnated, okay? The need to make this change happen, but we're just not moving forward. So for some reason, masculines, there's something that's holding you back. There's some kind of weight, and I feel like it's all in your head. It's just all in your head, and you just really need to move past it. And it could, winter time does that to us, right? It's okay. I'm not trying to shame you for for working on yourself by any means. Just know that the call is upon you to come out and to play, to come out and to talk, to connect with others. It's time, okay? You've taken care of yourself. You've taken time out. It's time to move forward and to move out of the stagnation so that things can change for the two, for this connection, okay? Even for destiny, but everything needs to change because right now it's just not. Three of Swords in the reverse, and now we have the Hierophant. So, this is your card, Taurus, but we need to move away from this grief and this sorrow, okay? This place that you have been feeling like you're a part of for long enough, okay? It's been long enough. I feel like it's time where you can heal that. The Hierophant is just, it's your card. It's the card of tradition. It's the card of marriage. It's the card of doing things in a very meticulous and thought out way. And I feel like for the feminine, she's ready to move forward in this way. She's ready to move forward in a relationship, in a traditional way. The way, if you are the feminine Taurus, you're ready to move forward as yourself. You're doing this healing. You're licking your wounds. You're starting to feel more secure. And I feel like for the masculine, you need to meet your feminine in this place, okay? We need to get rid of this Three of Swords. And keep in mind, feminine, this is what your masculine's going through. So he's been hurt. He's been working things out. He's in a place where he's trying to, and there's some more burdens that he's just needing to let go of, putting the burdens down. And I do like that this is in reverse. So really moving forward from a place where, and I'm feeling like this could have been family, work, so many things just came upon you all at once, right? So it's never easy when it's, multiple things at once. So I feel like you've been carrying the load, you're ready to put it down, and you're ready to really live for yourself now, Taurus. And for the feminine, there's this balance here. There's this little dance that's happening. And I feel like you have a place, you're in a place of making that choice of really seeing yourself in your empowered state, really understanding that, you can be the beautiful manifester that you are, the beautiful goddess, that you are. You have that choice. And again, you have to come out because some of this is your aspect too. So it's really like pulling Taurus out of the shadows. You guys have really been hiding out and really working on yourselves. And I feel like it's time. The universe is calling you out. They're calling you out. Ooh, the star. I like it. And it's in the upright. That's even better. And this is Aquarius card. So the universe is calling you out. It's saying, come Taurus, come and play, come and talk, come and share. You have been in your head thinking, manifesting, really working. It's great. You've been doing a lot of work. Now it's time to play. Now it's time to reap the rewards of all that you have manifested. It's time to have all the dreams that you've wanted to have, bringing them all forward. This is such a beautiful reading, Taurus. Now it's definitely like, time to cut it, time to, stop licking the wounds and living in a place of sorrow and loss. No more poor me. Time to move forward, Taurus. And I think that you have done all of the work possible, all of this beautiful work to get you to this place where you can meet each other in an equal and the place that you both have been dreaming of. So that is the feminine and masculine meeting. This is what I have for you, Taurus. I hope that this resonates for you. It's a beautiful reading. If it does, please drop me a comment or hit that like button. It's really an easy thing, and I really would appreciate it. And for now, I'm going to send you all of my love.